Hey people, I'm back and today we're looking at Path of Exile Ultimatum content reveal. Now I haven't seen this before, so I'll be giving you guys a genuine reaction and my hot takes on what I'm gonna be seeing. So let's begin. I hope you guys enjoy.
Or Queen at Zeri, or Lost Temples in the Jungle. But I think of risking your items. From Val Orbs through Double Corruption, the whole Val or No Balls meme, we had to make sure that this expansion was about the concept of risking your items to get great reward.
Okay.
In each area of the Ultimatum League, you'll meet the Trial Master, an emissary of a Val entity only known as Chaos.
Why does he look so much like Cyrus? He even has the same set. Like, he looks exactly like Cyrus does. Why would he design a character so specifically like... He even has the same colors. Like, if his helmet wasn't the same, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Chaos.
This is so strange.
Master enacts trials where exiles must risk an escalating set of valuable rewards.
Yeah, he even has the same like fucking... He even has the same effects like red and black.
Encounters. In each trial, you'll be presented with a reward.
Defeat waves of monsters, and you get an item. So you choose what item you get before you enter.
An objective and a selection of difficulty modifiers that make the trial harder. Once you've chosen one of the modifiers, you must then complete that objective under the constraints of that modifier in order to win the promised reward. If you succeed in the challenge, the Trial Master will present you with an ultimatum.
Wait, does it buff the item? Like, does it buff the item, like, the difficulty that you choose, right? Because you get like 3 different difficulties, I'm assuming. Because it was showing that you get to choose what you fight against.
The Val entity only known to make the trial hard.
Encounter areas is much smaller. So you have different aspects, so you choose one of them. Do you get different... I wonder if you get different, like, rewards and such, like different enchantments maybe. Because if you do, people gonna have to, like, metagame this so much, so, like, you always have to go for something specific, which I really hate. Like, I really hate how, like, you always have to go for, like, the best of the best, so you don't actually get to experience anything else. Like, this is all you get. Like, you follow one meme strategy, because you know you're gonna get the most results from it. Kind of makes content boring, in my opinion.
To represent you with an ultimatum. Either walk away with what you have earned so far, or risk it all to try to win additional rewards.
Okay.
He'll offer you another item.
Getting in Exalt one alt at a time. This is what I expect this to be at the low level. Just fucking getting like one alteration and just stacking all those alterations like 10 times over. One of the grievances I have with this so far is that I kind of know what it's gonna be like. So you're gonna go on the map, you're gonna have like maybe 5 or 6 of those tiles. Problem is, no one likes to stay in map so long, and I feel like unless the reward at the end is sufficient, people just skip this. Like, I would skip Ritual because I knew Ritual was not gonna give me any good items, right? I feel like if you're gonna have to spend like 2 minutes or 4 minutes on this league mechanic and not know how much stuff you're gonna get at the end, people won't be doing this. Like, you're gonna have to get an actual Exalt almost at the end of every one of them for you to make this worth your time. This is my opinion.
Select an additional difficulty modifier and complete the challenge with both modifiers present.
Like, I'm assuming you continuously do this, right?
Rewards and walk away with nothing. If you succeed, you'll be offered an additional reward in exchange for adding yet another difficulty modifier that stacks on top of the current ones.
Okay.
This cycle continues until the rewards become increasingly valuable and the encounter extremely difficult.
Wait, what?
The cycle continues until the rewards become...
How many has he done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10th. He has 10 rewards. He has done this 10 different times.
Increasingly valuable.
How much time does this fucking take? Wait, hold up. This doesn't make any sense, because, like, you're getting nothing. Look what he's getting. In 10 runs. In 10 rounds of this, I'm assuming like this, like every encounter is gonna be like maybe 20 seconds, right? 20 seconds on average. In 10 rounds of this, all he's gotten was like, what, 2 Chaos Orbs? Come on, dude. Come the fuck on, dude. This is gonna be a really bad mechanic if this is the case. Like, imagine spending like how many, like what, 5 minutes farming this one, okay, farming this stack of two chaos orbs for 5 minutes in a single map. This doesn't make any sense. They have to buff this shit. It doesn't make any sense,
Increasingly
dude.
valuable and the encounter extremely difficult.
I like the okay. I like the design. I really like the design. I feel like bonus mods and shit is really fun. I just don't like the loot. I think it's gonna be really bad. I think most people just won't be doing it. It takes too long, and it's just not worth it. I don't think it's gonna be worth it for most people, unless you farm. Even if you're farming like juiced up maps, right? Because if you're farming juiced up maps, what can you get from this? I'm assuming maybe it's gonna like add on to delirium and stuff, which I don't think it's gonna be because Rachel didn't add any additional reward tiles for delirium. But so far, I don't really like this. I'll be honest, I don't really like the
run and claim your spoils
design.
You make the encounter too hard and lose everything.
They have to buff the loots.
At its
They have
longest,
to
an
buff the loots.
ultimatum in endgame maps can sometimes have up to 10 fast trials in a row.
Yeah, 10.
With a special surprise in the last.
So 10 trials, and that's like maybe 20 seconds each. 5 minutes. 5 minutes a map, just on this.
In maps, you'll occasionally find items called inscribed
Oh,
ultimatums.
what's this?
These
Wait. What's this?
In maps, you'll occasionally find
Inscribed Ultimatum. Requires sacrifice of one exalt. Double the sacrifice of currency? What the fuck? So you can double what you use? Oh, this is really fun though. I really like this. I really like this mechanic. I think it's really fun. So you give them one exalt, and if you don't fail, you get 2 exalts back. This is really fun. This is really fucking fun. I like it. I really like it.
Items called inscribed ultimatums. These
I think it's so cool.
Placed in the map device to transport you to the Trial Master's domain.
You can imagine getting like a mirror, right? You buy a mirror, and you have a chance of getting 2 mirrors back. Okay, this is kind of awesome. I like it.
Specifies an offering that you must bring with you, a reward you can earn, and an assortment of ultimatum difficulty modifiers. If you're able to complete the Trial Master will reward you with a specified reward, which is usually worth around twice the value of the item you must
Maybe it's gonna be faster.
For example, you may be asked to risk an exalted orb to win a stack.
Maybe it's not gonna be 20 seconds, because it doesn't seem like there's a timer. You just based on how many monsters you kill. So let's say you're farming like, let's say play like Okai Snow, right? I'm assuming you can clear the whole thing in like 2 seconds then. Maybe that's how it works. It's still gonna take like a while for you to choose rewards and shit. But maybe, just maybe it's gonna be good enough to like fast enough to where you can actually farm this. I just hope it doesn't take too long, and I hope the rewards make you wanna do this. Because I feel like lately, like Metamorph, Ritual, all those leagues haven't really made me wanna farm them. Like if I encounter Metamorph in a map, I'm too lazy to pocket. I'm sorry, it just takes too long. It doesn't give me enough rewards. I feel like this league might be the same unless they make it really rewarding for me.
Stack of 2, or potentially risk a stack of 5 to win a stack of 10. Naturally, inscribed ultimatums can be traded with other players, so if you don't feel capable of completing a difficult challenge, you may be able to trade it away for a portion of the difference in price between the reward and the item that must be risked. Likewise, if you have a powerful character, you may be able to selectively trade for profitable ultimatums.
Okay. So you can, this is effectively like a prophecy, right? It's like kind of like a prophecy where you can trade one item for a different item. That's pretty cool. I really like it. What's this? Wild Mask can be modified while corrupted. Okay. Kind of like the Crusader Gloves, I guess. Increase maximum life, reduced resistance. Increase maximum mana, reduce cold resistance. Chaos resistance is 0, which is kind of good actually. Having 0 resist is better than having negative resist. I don't know where I can use this helmet. If it was mutually exclusive, like if you can only have one of those mods, it will make sense. But wait, how much reduced? Is it reduced? Like, is it reduced at the same percentage? I just don't see this helmet being good.
There are also new unique items that can only be obtained from Ultimatum. One such unique is the Glimpse of Chaos Val Mask, which provides powerful benefits to your maximum life,
I like the design of it. It looks really fucking cool. Like
having severely reduced elemental resistances and no chaos resistance. The item can be corrupted multiple times and has unique corruption outcomes, such as removing a random modifier or transforming it into a different random corrupted unique helmet entirely that retains its corruption implicit mod.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
Another new Val unique item in Ultimatum.
Wait, so you can craft it to a different helmet? So like you can get a Val mask or something? Like you can have the Maw of Conquest if you get lucky. That's really cool. I like it. I think it's really fun.
Is Mahuzottl's Machination, which grants you 6 keystone passives at
God,
once.
that's so divine.
Combining
Flash.
all of these keystones results in some very unusual outcomes, and the item features an entirely new unique keystone as well.
Oh, I like that.
We have worked hard to make sure that Ultimatum doesn't punish you for being in a party with other players. Party members compete in trials together, but have separate rewards available to them that will need to be locked in to begin the trial. Each player votes on which...
If this is because this is way too exploitable. This is way too fucking exploitable. Wait, okay. Let's say Imperium, right? He has a party of 6 people. Let's say he's farming juiced up maps, and assuming like the ultimatum is gonna have like higher rewards based on a tier and a difficulty of the map. Dude, he's gonna be farming exalts, just pure exalts from this every single map. Because if you have more people, you're getting a lot more rewards, right? And you don't really spend more time farming for those rewards because you all farm at the same time. I feel like this is gonna make the game way too, like, even more skewed towards party play than before. Which I don't really like. I really feel like party play is way too OP in the game, and this is just gonna make it even worse. Like people gonna be farming like fucking headhunters from this. This is how I see it. Because like imagine having 6 people getting the same like different rewards at the same time. Just way too OP. Just way too OP because every single one of them is getting rewards at the same time, right? I don't think this is a good change.
Modifiers to select. If there's a draw in votes, the modifier will be chosen at random. If one player wants to take their reward and opt out of the next difficult trial, they're able to do so without stopping the other party members from continuing. Rewards are dropped allocated to the players who earned them. So that's Path of Exile Ultimatum. I can tell you, on release day, a lot of our developers are looking forward to watching Twitch so we can see players risking far too much in order to try to get good rewards. Speaking of rewards, there's a lot to talk about here.
I like it.
We had a look at Path of Exile's past reward systems, and we honestly feel many of them are out of date, many of them kind of lack identity, and to top it all off, like the core drop pool of just items that drop when you kill regular monsters just wasn't really compelling enough. Like, you know that feeling where any monster could drop a mirror? We want that for a whole slew of different items. And so we've made a lot of changes to Path of Exile's reward systems.
I haven't seen a mirror once in 4 years of me playing this game. Come on, dude. The mirror doesn't drop from every mob. Come on. He just doesn't.
The core drop pool
he just doesn't drop from every mob.
There's ones to basically every piece of League and expansion-specific content, and we're going to go through all of those for quite a while now. And I should mention that every change we're about to discuss not only affects the Ultimatum League, but also Standard League too. We started by reviewing which items can drop from monsters and chests in the core game. To make sure the core drop pool remains compelling, we've made various changes. You can now find 2 additional currency items as core drops, Orbs of Binding from the Harbinger League, and the new Veiled Chaos...
Wait, what?
Additional
from what? Where do you get this
the core drop pool remains we're about to discuss not only affects the Ultimatum League, but also Standard League too. We started by reviewing which items can drop from monsters and chests in the core game. To make sure the core drop pool remains compelling, we've made various changes. You can now find 2 additional currency items as core drops, Orbs of Binding from the Harbinger League, and the new Veiled Chaos Orb, which we'll reveal in more detail soon. We've also added 5 new Atlas base types, like this Energy Shield Recharge Amulet. These drop in specific regions of the Atlas of Worlds and have some powerful...
It's going to be huge for you Contagion.
Another topic related to the core drop pool is that of boss runs. Veteran community members will remember when people used to do Val Oversoul or Dominus runs over and over because they were a profitable use of time. Final act bosses now drop more and better items, giving you a much more satisfying close to a difficult act and a more item-focused approach to getting ready for maps.
I like that. So he's saying that you can farm bosses like in maps just to get specific loot types. I think it's really good. I really like this because I feel like there aren't enough rewards for boss killers, and I feel like you're just stuck farming some really specific like Uber Elder, which takes too much time. I'd much prefer to have like just a boss you walk up to and kill than like farming for Uber Elder or buying fragments for Uber Elder. I think this is really good for boss killing. I might actually play boss killer when it comes out.
We have also added a bunch of very powerful and valuable League-specific uniques into the core drop pool. This means that they can drop from any sufficiently high-level monster without you having to engage with specialized content. Examples of these are Badge of the Brotherhood, Asylum, Pledge of Hands, Maloney's Mechanism, Brutus's Lead Sprinkler,
Badge?
and Headhunter.
Wait, what?
The goal of all of these changes
Wait,
is
what's he saying?
a high-level monster
Hold
without
up.
you having to. We have also added a bunch of very powerful and valuable League-specific uniques into the core drop pool.
What
this means that
the
they can drop
fuck?
from any sufficiently high-level monster without you having to engage with specialized content.
What the fuck?
Examples of these are.
Wait, hold up. You can get Badge and a Headhunter just from any mob? What the fuck, dude? Wait a second, dude. Delirium's gonna be fucking insane then. Delirium's gonna be amazing because they can just farm this shit non-stop. Look at this, fucking
Asylum,
insane.
Pledge of Hands, Maloney's Mechanism, Brutus's Lead Sprinkler, and Headhunter. The
Headhunter.
goal of all of these changes is
God
to make sure that
damn,
every
dude.
monster you kill in Path of Exile has a chance to drop something incredibly valuable, regardless of what content you're playing.
This is so cool.
On
This is so
top of all
fucking
of
cool.
that, we have added a handful of new vendor recipes, which let you make some pretty cool stuff. We really missed the days when players were scrambling to try to find unknown recipes, and so we're looking forward to seeing how long it takes for you to discover how these ones work. We have also introduced a new type of reliquary key into the core drop pool for this expansion. If you're very lucky, you can find a Val reliquary key
What
from any
the fuck? This is so huge!
Exile. When consumed in the map device, it gives you access to a vault with a chest that drops a special foil version of a Val-themed unique item. Each unique has an equal chance of dropping. Due to the value and power level of the items contained within, this is the rarest reliquary key ever added to Path of Exile. The rest of our
Wait. So, if you guys don't know, Reliquary Key is a key that gives you stuff from previous leagues, and I think it gives you items from before the nerf to them. So let's say have the Windrunner, the quantity bow. The quantity bow has been nerfed like 4 times, right? It has like less quant, it has less damage and stuff like that, right? So from what I know, is that you can get a full non-nerfed Wind Reaper, sorry. You can have a full unnerfed Wind Reaper from this. And just, this is so fucking huge, dude. This actually changes the game so much. Because now you have access to like those amazing fucking items. This is insane. It's completely insane.
Reward changes relate to items that you can earn by playing past content like prior leagues and expansions. We have 2 goals here. The first is to add and improve items so that all past content is a compelling set of rewards. The second goal is to make it so that the best way to get any reward is to play the content that is primarily associated with that type of reward. Path of Exile's first expansion, Sacrifice of the Val, introduced a new ultimate boss, Adzeri, Queen of the Val. This fight holds up pretty well these days, considering that it is 7 years old, but its rewards really needed a refresh. The Sacrificial Garb base type that drops from Adzeri has been significantly improved with the addition of an implicit mod that grants +1 to the level of all Val gems you have equipped.
Do I have to play
We have also added 2 new unique items to Adzeri's drop pool and 2 more to Uber Adzeri's. One of which is the Adzeri's Rule Judgment Staff, which prevents you from being stuck.
I'm not sure if the boss having more drops is better, because then you can have a lower chance of getting really good stuff, right? Because like, let's say you have Adzeri's Disfavor, and the odds of getting Adzeri's Disfavor, let's say, is like 10%. If you have more loot in a loot pool, would it not mean that you have a less chance of getting really good stuff? Because yeah, having chance of getting more stuff is like different stuff is good, but I feel like you're just gonna take away from the good stuff. So like the good stuff will drop a lot less, and you're just gonna end up having a bunch of useless stuff in your bags and gonna be not very happy. But look, sounds really cool. Maybe those items are really good. I don't know.
It grants a skill that alternates between Flames of Judgment and Storm of Judgment when used, as if you absorb the powers of Adzeri herself. Skipping forward to 2016's release of Ascendancy, we have made some changes to how you receive your Labyrinth enchantments.
Just remove it. Just remove Ascendancy. Fuck Ascendancy, dude. Just remove it from the game. No one likes it. No one fucking likes it. Remove tiles from the game, please.
Previously, when you completed the Labyrinth and wanted to enchant an item, you couldn't see what random result you'd get.
I hate
now the result for each type of enchantment is shown to you in advance, so you can make the right choice. In the Eternal Labyrinth, you're now offered 3 different helmet enchantments to pick between, in addition to the boots and gloves.
What?
This will make it a lot easier to find enchantments relevant to the skills you're using and to apply them to appropriate items.
What?
In 3.14, we're going to stop giving out unique jewels for each day's.
This is so fucking insane, dude. You just gotta choose what you want. I mean, I know we have like a lot of different choices, but this is fucking massive, dude. Because you can have, look, if you use prophecies and you get the shrines, you get like what, plus 3 different choices or 3 different tries. So in total, you get 9 different enchantments to choose from. This is huge. You can actually make so much money from labyrinths now. And no, as well as like no one is doing them. No one likes trials. So if you do, dude, there's so much money to be made. There's so much money to be made now. This is insane.
Labyrinth runs, and we have added these jewels as very rare drops that you might find in the Labyrinth's final reward chests. Another highly requested Labyrinth-related improvement is that you can now consume an offering to the goddess and the map device to open portals directly to a random trial. This greatly accelerates the speed at which you can find your final trials. We have also added 2 new Labyrinth-specific unique items,
Wait,
including...
does he mean the final trial is on like the trial you need to do Ubraziri? Or is it like... Hold on, you can actually look at it. Oh, it is! He just gives you a trial. This is so cool. So you can just like, you can just buy them, and like do your Uber lab the same day you level up. This is so good. Because it makes you not have to like spam for trials in chat. All you have to do is just buy a bunch of offerings and farm it. Like you can get Uber lab, like Uber Ascendancy in like 5 minutes. It's so good.
trials.
This is what I've been looking for.
We've also added 2 new Labyrinth-specific unique items, including the Scales of Justice unique shield, which rewards building your character with a careful balance of life and mana. If used correctly, you'll be granted protection from shock and ignite, as well as additional fire damage.
No one really cares about shock or ignite. No one really cares, dude. 1C unique, thank you, dude. Thank you, Chris. 1C uniques.
Kadira Perandus now has a much
Love
larger
it.
selection of unique item rewards. We have also rebalanced all sources of Perandus coins so that Perandus content is still the best place to get them from. A craft introduced in Harvest kinda destroyed the Perandus coin economy, so we're absolutely fixing that at the same time. Essences have been numerically rebalanced and are in general stronger than they were before.
Okay, that's
Screaming
very good.
essences can now be used to reroll rare items, in addition to their capability to upgrade items to rare. The 4 corrupted essences have had some of their less useful outcomes improved or replaced. Now, the only way to get the powerful upgrade-only top-tier essences is through remnants of corruption, which come from essence content. Blessings, the currency used to upgrade breach
What?
uniques, can now be used to upgrade
What?
breach stones between tiers.
What? What the fuck, dude? What? You can use blessings for this? Wait, what? Oh, dude, this is so fucked up. It doesn't really change much for like Chill and stuff, because Chill is always going like pure Chill is less expensive than the blessing. But this is kind of OP. Like you can just upgrade your breach stones all you want. This is really cool. I'm not sure how useful it's gonna be though. Because look, I guess it will be. Because I got like a, if you're farming, let's say you're farming like Ulnitals, right? Let's say you're farming Ulnitals for the shield. Pure is like 1 exalt each. And non-pure is gonna be like 30C. You can probably make it like you can make a little bit of money back if you're hosting chill runs. You can definitely make some money back from this. I don't think it's gonna like nullify June farming per se, because like if you're farming Junes, you're gonna be farming like what Chiyulos, right? You're gonna be farming pure Chiyulos, so it doesn't really change anything for you. Like you're still gonna be making tons of money from Chiyulos. But I think this is gonna be really good for people who wanna like get some of the money back they spent. Maybe like almost like a fee, you know? They let's say they spend like 5 exalts to buy a full set, and everyone pays them like 1 exalt each. Well, now you can have like you can have a little bit of money back just for hosting. It's kind of like a host fee for getting all this stuff. I think it's really cool. I think it really helps the community for people to start farming breach stones because there just aren't enough, and most people who do breach stones are usually scammers. So yeah, hopefully, you're gonna have a lot more people doing this.
Abyss jewels have been rebalanced and are on average more powerful than they were before. We've also buffed
What?
Abyss chests to make sure that they are the best place to get Abyss
Hold
jewels.
up. Enemies blinded by you have reduced critical chance. Good. This is useless. No one cares about this. More accuracy. Accuracy is really nice. Like this accuracy is fucking huge. 300 accuracy is insanely good. This is really good. This is really good. Effective curses. Now, I don't think this is gonna be that huge because like, if you're doing a self cursing, 3% of curses is good, but like you're gonna like you're too tight on you're too tight on abyss trolls. I think like on jewel slots. I don't think this is gonna be that useful. Maybe there's more good stuff on a loot pool, but I don't think those are good.
We have also introduced Abyss Scarabs and have added 4 new
Oh,
Abyss-specific unique jewels, such as Tech
this could be good. I think abyss adds a lot of value to delirium. Um, if you guys didn't know, I think two abysses or one abyss is one full tile. So this is effectively just like more monsters. It's good, but like no one really likes doing abysses. Even if abysses had really good drops, I don't think people are gonna be farming abysses. I think people are gonna be like spamming alts on the on jewels. No one actually enjoys farming abyss,
Rod's Gaze, and
especially since like they have to buff the temple, whatever it's called, the where you get the Last Light, I think it's called, the chest and the helmet. Those are way too cheap right now, and no one really cares about them. If they buff the items from Abyss, I can see Abyss being really good, especially since you have Ascendancies now, which buff Abyss drops and stuff.
Murderous Eye Jewel that increases your main hand.
Well, increases main hand crit chance per murderous eye jewel affecting you. But it's not actual crit chance, it's increased crit chance, which is not good. So you get more crit chance. Oh wait, you get a multiplier, but it's an offhand multiplier. So does this only affect like your 10% chance, 10% increased crit strike multiplier per jewel? But it's an offhand. Does this mean it only applies to your offhand weapon? Okay, let's say you have like let's say like playing Cockeye Snow, right? Does this mean like you can't benefit from this? Like does this not apply to spells? I think it doesn't. Which I don't think this is going to be that useful. I don't see how this is going to be good. Like, who cares about an offhand crit multiplier? Like, what are you looking for? Like, why would you care about offhand multiplier? I don't see this being good. This is a
Critical
one
strike
jewel.
chance and your offhand critical strike multiplier based on how many Murderous Eye jewels you have equipped. Another example is the Ulaman's Gaze Searching Eye Jewel, which counts how many Searching Eye Jewels you have equipped and grants your projectiles a chance to be able to chain when colliding with terrain.
This is really good. This is really good. This is really fucking good. Projectiles have a 4% chance to be able to chain when colliding with terrain. Because if you're playing a Deadeye, I think the new Deadeye has a baseline 30% chance of chain from collision. So you can almost stack it up to like I think you can do it like you can get a 100% chance to chain because you have some additional percentages to chain on your tree and have that sentence to give you 30%. So in theory, you can actually make this work. You can actually have like a lot more damage just from the chain. The problem is, I don't know how it's going to be useful because most mobs aren't that like don't really have that much terrain. I think like most mobs are quite open unless you're farming like tower or some shit. I don't think it's gonna be that good, but it's pretty good for the spec. It's definitely really good for the spec. I just don't see it being useful in realistic map farming. That's all I'm saying.
Terrain proportional to this number. These unique jewels have a chance to drop from any of the unique encounters at the end of the Abyssal Depths, and these encounters are now by far the most reliable way to obtain a Stygian Vice belt. We have added a handful of new beastcrafts, such
Oh,
as add a mod to a map, or add a mod to an influenced item, which consume existing beasts. There are some
okay.
other aspects of beast crafting that we've been keeping our eye on for a while, and we're taking this opportunity to rework them, so that high-level gameplay is less reliant on obtaining certain beastcrafts. Now, when you use the splitting beastcraft recipe on an item, both copies are marked as split, which prevents them from being split again. You cannot imprint split items.
Okay, okay. The reason why this exists is because of the memes. It's because of the last league, right? Because people were abusing this so much last league. Also, this makes it so all the bases, like all the full white bases, are gonna be really expensive. Like if you know how you have like a full white socket Val Regalia. Well, now you can't buy them anymore because of this. Because what people used to do is they would just split the same Val Regalia like a billion times, right? Just to sell them. And now since you can't do that anymore, well, this is it. This is all you can do.
One of my
You're gonna have to get white sockets yourself. You're gonna have to go back to Rigi, I think.
favorite reward changes in this expansion is that Incursion's Temple of Atsuato can now be itemized. Once you have access to the map device, Alva can turn your completed and ready-to-run temple into a tradable object that can be consumed in the map device. This
Okay,
means that
that's cool.
players can specialize in either making temples to trade to other players or trading for temples that are ready for them to run.
Okay, I think this is really cool. So you can itemize your temples. I think it's really cool for if you're like a farmer. Let's say like if you feel like doing 10 maps in a row, like or 50 maps in a row, and you just don't feel like stopping, this is gonna allow you to like save up all of those alva runs for future, just when you feel like doing it. I feel like a lot of times I skip my alvas because I don't really feel like doing it, and this is gonna make me like not lose as much value. I think alva is still really unrewarding, but it's definitely a good thing. Like you being able to just like come back to it and farm it when you want. I think it's really cool, especially if you can target farm it. Let's say you're playing a speedy boy. Let's say you're playing a speedy boy in a map, and then once you're done, you log over to your tanky boy and just farm all those Adziris or temples. I think
There
it's
have
pretty
also
cool.
been a lot of changes to the temple. As you may know, specific rooms in the Temple of Atsuato can drop unique incursion items
What's that skill he using?
that
What's
can
the
be
skill?
later upgraded. Many
The
of these
scythe.
base unique items have been improved in this update. Previously
What is the stealth? Look, what's this?
upgraded.
What's the skill?
Many of these base unique items have been improved in this update.
Looks kind
Previously,
of
the
cool. I
temple's
like it.
boss, the Omnitect, dropped random rare items with special incursion mods on them. Now it also drops rare items with incursion mods based around the themes of the rooms your temple contains.
Oh, this
Higher-tier
is really
rooms
good.
cause more rare items. Specific rooms now add specific monster packs to the temple.
So if you can target farm what you want, um, temple can be really really insane then, because um, the base stuff for zombie monster costs 15 exalts. 15 exalts or like 20 exalts. I remember in Metamorph League, you could buy it for 50 exalts, just the base, non-crafted, for 50 exalts. Well, now you can farm this. Now you can target farm it, and the odds are not many people know about this, like or even care enough to farm it. So I think you can definitely make a lot of money if you start farming temples. Like if you farm for specific bases, for example, like the fire conversion gloves of IBV. Fire conversion gloves of IBV drop from this place. So I think they do. Pretty sure they do. Yeah. Well, if you can target farm them, well, you can make a ton of money really early on. I think it's pretty good, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing it because I really hate temples. But if you guys enjoy this, like if you guys enjoy temples, you can definitely make a ton of money. Especially because like you have to understand that the new ascendancies for um, for the league mechanics that were introduced last league, they allow target farming for all of those leagues. So let's say you enjoy Bestiary and Bestiary gets a bunch of buffs, well, you can target from Bestiaries and not really have to care about anything else. Well, here, if you want to farm temples, go ahead, because you can make a ton of money from temples. You can make a ton of money from just farming the in the map temples, because temples have a lot more loot than like any random monsters. So you can definitely make a ton of money from this. I'm just not sure how good it is yet, and how to farm it, like how to properly farm it yet. So maybe in the future I might look into doing this, because I know last league I was farming temples, but for a different reason. I was actually farming it for Delirium, because in Delirium it gives you a lot more loot tiles, and all the monsters, because of the ascendancy, are rare or magic. So you can make a ton of money. I was making like an Exalt almost from every single one of them. That's how good it was. So I think I might look into farming temples. We'll see.
which results in more monster density, challenge, and reward. Temple mods have been buffed so that if your temple has more high-tier rooms, then it's equivalent to a good map. We have performed a modernization pass on rewards from temple rooms so that they're competitive with rewards from newer leagues.
I really like the skill.
The
I think the skill
explosive
looks
room
cool.
also contains some basic chests that can be opened with flash powder kegs if you don't need them for opening a path elsewhere in the temple. Delve has had a big increase to early rewards and a reduction to the quantity of high-tier rewards spawning at very deep depths. The end result is that Delve is a lot more rewarding for almost everyone, but a few extreme players who delve very deep will not be getting quite so rich.
Fuck you, people who farm deep delve.
A big problem with rewards and
Fuck
Betrayal
'em.
is that players deem it not worthwhile to kill Katarina, because it resets your Betrayal Syndicate board. In this expansion, we have massively increased the incentive for doing this. Now if you manage to kill Katarina, all Syndicate members drop their rewards at one tier higher than they previously would.
Okay.
This change required the introduction of a new 4th tier of reward from each Syndicate member
Wait,
and
what?
encourages the use of a larger variety of Syndicate targets and Safe House leaders. We have improved rewards that were not as interesting or valuable as the best ones. For cases where we deemed rewards too powerful, we moved them to tier 4 rather than nerfing them. The tier 4 rewards are approximately twice as powerful as tier 3 ones were. We have also added a new unique item to Katarina's drop pool as further incentive for killing her. The Cane of Kulamak drops only from Katarina. Similar to Paradoxica, it has 3 veiled modifiers that must be unveiled one at a time via Jun. This means that each version of the cane could be entirely different, and because of the way the veiled modifier system works, you have the chance to get 3 mods that potentially synergize extremely well, or maybe just a crazy bag of mods that don't work together. Furthermore, the cane itself scales up the magnitudes of any unveiled modifiers on it. We have made some
I don't think it's gonna be that good. Most builds can't really use staffs, and most builds prefer to use shields instead.
changes to how unveiling mods works. You still get offered a choice of 3 mods.
Because like most veiled mods are not that good in the first place. I don't think it's gonna I don't think anyone's gonna care about that stuff. I'll be honest. I think it's a 1C unique, even if you get really insane rolls.
But these are now more powerful versions of the existing ones. The powerful ones are
Oh.
unveiled onto items, and the normal versions are the ones you unlock that can be crafted onto items. Also, progress towards unlocking crafting of veiled mods is at a slightly faster rate than before.
Good.
Some very powerful veiled modifiers
No one enjoyed June farming like those recipes. Like farming Junes was goddamn cancer.
are now only available at their original strength on the unveiled version of the modifier.
Okay, I'm gonna be real, guys. I was gonna farm Junes. I was gonna make my Headhunter this league in 2 days farming Junes. Now this kind of fucks me over because I'm not sure what to expect. Because look, they're saying that they might nerf some of the OP stuff. So I'm afraid they're gonna nerf like there's not that much OP stuff in Junes, right? Like I don't think I'm like the only real OP in Junes was getting pure Geos. That's it. Nothing else was really that good. Now, if pure Geos go tier 4, we have to kill the final boss to get pure Geos, I feel like pure Geos will become too impossible to farm. And like no one's gonna buy them. That's what I'm saying. No one's gonna buy them. even if they're expensive, like they're gonna go up to 5 exalts. If you actually have to like get really really lucky and hope for those tier 4 pure Chiyulas, dude, it's gonna be goddamn insanely difficult to do. I don't see it being viable. Now, obviously, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's good in June to be nerfed, and when they say it's gonna get nerfed, I'm kind of terrified. Now, but I do think that they might buff scarabs because it makes sense. Look, Rasa scarab is tier 1, Polish scarab is tier 2, Gilded scarab is tier 3, and what they have left? Well, we have the damn, I forgot what the name was. Well, we have the big, huge juice scarabs, right? You can have those juice scarabs, and they cost a lot. You can sell them for 50 CH easily, maybe even more. Like last league divination scarabs were insanely expensive, even though people are exploiting um, the scarabs. But I'm not sure if it's still gonna be worth it to farm the boss. Then again, the boss has some good drops, but the drops aren't good enough to justify farming it. Um, so what I'm thinking is there is a map ascendancy which makes it so all of the June bosses you find gain a plus 1 bonus rank. So let's say you find a like level 1 vegan, right? Level 1 vegan, if you execute level 1 vegan, he becomes a level 3 vegan. So you can definitely speed farm the boss. Now I'm not sure how good it's gonna be. I'm just kind of trying to like wrap my head around it because like it's all gonna be RNG. Some of the encounters, some of the bosses, you might just get fucked on luck. You just might not get what you're looking for, right? You can get like goddamn Hillock in anywhere. Well, Hillock is because Hillock is useless. No one cares about Hillock. So even having tier 4 Hillock is gonna be goddamn useless. So if you wanna make like of tier 4 rewards have to be so insane that even getting crappy like luck should still be paying for itself, which I don't think is going to be the case. I don't think farming the boss would be good. Like I would like it to be good, but probably not. I think I think I might just farm Junes as is. I'm gonna keep an eye for the patch notes on this because I still think June's probably the best way of making money, which is why I was gonna announce that I'll be I'll be making my headhunter. I'll be doing a challenge for this league. I'll be getting a headhunter in 2 days. So last league I've done this in 3 days, like 2.5 days. So I think I can push this to 2 days. In 2 days, I should be able to get a full June mission table, like a full setup, and I should be able to farm a headhunter in relatively like in 6 hours or less. Now you guys might think I'm crazy, but I think it's viable. I think it's possible, especially since Headhunter drops by itself now, which is even easier for me to farm. But one of my idea is I'll be farming the Highwork um, Atlas region to get bonus rewards from Junes, and I'll be just abusing that as much as I can to farm as many pure Chilos, to farm as many Scarabs as I can. But then again, like I'm not sure if people are gonna have the money to buy those pure Chilos for me yet. So I'm gonna have to look into this and think about what I'm gonna be doing a bit more. But as of right now, I think I'll be getting my Headhunter in 2 days this week. I am kind of hyped up for it. I think it's gonna be fun. I really enjoy what I've been hearing so far. So let's keep on going. When I finish this, I'll give you guys my final thoughts in the end.
And the crafted version of the modifier has been lowered in power. Earlier in the presentation, I alluded to the new Veiled Chaos Orb as an item that has been added to Path of Exile's core drop pool. This new currency item rerolls the target item with new mods, like a regular Chaos Orb does, but one mod is guaranteed to be a Veiled mod.
Oh,
While it can drop from any
that's
monster
kinda cool.
chests in the game, by far the most effective way of getting it is from Exiling and some Betrayal safe houses. We have introduced 3 new types of incubators for Blight, Metamorph, and Delirium, and have modernized the rewards from the other incubators.
Wait, what's a Delirium item? Does Delirium have items? Wait. Oh, they mean cluster jewels. No one cares about cluster jewels,
The
dude.
item yield from chests and blighted maps is now affected by a portion of the map
Cluster jewels are
item's
useless.
quantity, giving you a reason to roll your blighted maps if you can handle the additional challenge. Anointments to blighted maps have been rebalanced and reworked so that each has its own purpose and with a consistent increase in reward as the oils get rarer. This is basically entirely buffs, because one big nerf we needed to do was already done last league.
Okay.
You can now corrupt blighted maps. These can very rarely drop the new tainted oil, which allows you to apply anointments to corrupted items.
Oh, that's really cool. I really like that. I think it's really good. This is
We have
really
also
good.
introduced blighted scarab.
This allows you to have talismans. This should have been done like a year ago. This is really good. Like you being able to get a anointment on a talisman is huge. I think this is almost a game changer. I think this is gonna normalize talismans. I think talismans for once in the past like how many years are actually gonna be kind of bug. I'm really looking forward for this.
We have also introduced blighted scarabs.
Wait. Air contains additional blight encounter. In blight encounters carry additional blight boss. Chance to have blight additional rewards. I don't think it's gonna be that good. I don't think
We have
anyone
added
cares.
2 new types of catalysts themed around speed and critical strikes, respectively. These new catalysts are rarer than previous ones.
Okay. Bog chump, boys. Bog fucking chump. I love this. This is the best catalyst for Coca Ice Nova, because then you can have like a bunch of crit multi. This is a bog champions, boys. This is a goddamn bog champions. Love this.
As discussed in the recent development manifesto, the current 3.13 version of Harvest is too rewarding, so we're rebalancing its crafting and also increasing how often you'll encounter portals to the Sacred Grove. The current version spams you with way too many crafts, so each seed has a chance to grant a craft now, reducing the overall number of crafts you can perform per garden, though you will encounter the grove 60% more than you did before.
I think it's good. First, you don't really get that much good stuff. I'd say in 95% of harvests, you're gonna get a bunch of useless stuff. It's gonna be completely fucking dog shit, and you would not like it. Like in most cases, I just open up the harvest, I look at it, and just leave, because I know it's all garbage. Now, you having more of it was gonna make you wanna avoid harvests. That's what I think is gonna happen. People gonna get fed up having more harvests, but having all of them being crappy and just few of them being good. I feel like having I would much prefer harvests to be way rarer, but give you better stuff. Having more currencies but less stuff from it is awful. You're just gonna discourage some people from doing it to a point where it's gonna be like Ritual. You see Ritual, you just walk by it because Ritual sucks balls, and you know you're not gonna get shit from it. And this is worse because you're gonna have to spend a bunch of time in that harvest. I think it's a really bad decision, guys. I think it's gonna kill harvest. Like obviously, people will still be farming harvest, but it's just gonna become so tedious to a point where people just won't be enjoying it. And I feel like it's really bad for the game.
Some of the most powerful crafting options have been removed or changed. The Heart of the Grove encounter is now a map fragment that can randomly drop from tier 4 harvest bosses instead of rarely replacing the
Oh
entire grove.
wow! One scenic boss, yeah! Give it to me! Guys, what the fuck does this boss have no good uniques? Come on, like, not even one good unique from this goddamn boss. In Harvest League, no one even knew why would you farm this until they actually gave us, like, blossoms and stuff, right? This is the worst boss in the goddamn game. It doesn't help shit, and it's so useless. It actually doesn't give you anything. It's so bad.
When it spawns. With the release of Ultimatum, Ritual will be added to the core game, with a
I hate
chance to
Rituals.
occur in each map you play. It has also been added to the Atlas passive skill tree system and is available as a Sexton mod.
Oh, okay. I don't like Ritual, I think it's bad.
Almost every
It's
time we
boring.
release a league, we later roll it into the core game with a chance to spawn in maps. usually 10%, sometimes 5%. When Ritual is added to the core game, we are standardizing this rate at 8%, which means a small decrease for some leagues and an increase for Harvest. We've rebalanced other things to compensate, like the rate at which Heist Rogues level up. Most Atlas passive trees have the same increase in chance for bonus content, meaning they now offer more than double the chance of encountering your preferred content. So I just spent a ton of time describing lots of buffs to Path of Exile's different reward systems, and there was one nerf that I left to last. And this gives us a nerf to a league that I kind of care about a bit. Talisman was one that I kind of led the design on, and players joke that it's my favorite league. Now, in the 3.12.3 content update, there was a change to talismans. Basically, they weren't good enough, so the team decided to add a random anointment to them, which made them a lot more powerful, and also to juice up the mods to make them well-rolled. And that was overkill. Like, as you've seen recently, talismans have just been dropping with insane mods and great anointments, and we felt...
I haven't... Is this true? I guess using... Are you guys using talismans? Are you guys actually using talismans? guys, say I in chat if you actually use talismans. Pepe laugh, boys. This is just sad. This is just sad. This is who the fuck uses talismans? I have never seen a single person using talisman before, because they're just almost always universally bad. No one likes talismans. No one uses them. Why would they nerf them?
in this expansion, especially because you can use tainted
Dance
oils
game.
in order to redo the anointments on talismans, because now you can modify corrupted amulets. Honestly, they don't need the well-rolled mods anymore, and so we've removed
Yeah,
those.
they do.
Talismans are still compelling, but they're not quite where they were in the last league. Every Path of Exile expansion needs new ways for players to slaughter their enemies. In Path of Exile Ultimatum, this takes the form of 4 new skill gems and 4 support gems. In line with Ultimatum's Val theme, these gems focus on blood. The idea is spending life rather than mana to use your skills. Alongside the new skill and support gems, we've also made some adjustments to the low life mechanic, including changing the low life threshold to 50%. This makes it much easier and safer to stay on low life for builds where it matters.
That's kind of neat. 50%.
Typically, when players create low life builds, they rely on Energy Shield to protect themselves against incoming damage. The new skill Petrified Blood enables low life builds to instead use some of their life pool to absorb hits. While it's active, you can't recover life above 50% through any method other than flasks. Sources of life recovery like life regeneration and life leech only apply to the bottom half of your life pool. Additionally, a portion of incoming hit damage that affects the lower half of your life pool is spread out over time rather than being applied instantly.
Wait, what? So you can still heal above 50%, right? So won't you still have to like reduce your HP? Oh, I guess it makes sense. So you take when you're taking damage from less 40% HP, you have oh yeah. When taking damage from hits, 40% of your life loss below half life is prevented, and then 100% of life loss prevented is this way is lost over 4 seconds. 40%. I don't know if it's good. I don't think it's, like 40%. Okay, when you're 50% HP, you take 40% less damage. But if you were full HP, you would take full damage. I don't see why would they have it at 40%, unless quality and levels buff it to 50%. If quality and levels buff it, then this is gonna be good, really good. If quality, but then again, it's like an aura. I'm not sure how good this is, but it also reserves mana, which I don't really like. I think this should. Oh, I guess you can use blood magic on this too. It doesn't make much sense to me. I'll be honest. It doesn't make much sense to me because, okay, let's say you're gonna use this as a blood magic, right? You're using this as blood magic, so you're effectively gonna have all of your blood magic, all of the auras you're supposed to have on blood magic, and are gonna be used up by this. This is the only thing you can. This is the only buff you can actually have. Well, I guess you can have two auras, but like, just having this doesn't make that much sense to me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. If you want to play a low life build, you're gonna have to still play ES, because yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Like, what auras are gonna be using? Like, I'm assuming you're gonna use like this aura plus precision to get like 50% life, to get to the 50% life, right? To get your low life bonus. And then what items would even give you more damage though? Like, okay, sure, let's say you have low life, right? I guess you can use it as a 6 link, but it's a marginally low. It's not that big of a difference. Like having a low life gem to your main skill isn't gonna give you that much damage, I don't think. Like, yeah, it's gonna give you a bit of damage, sure, but is it gonna be like is it gonna be worth the hustle getting it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Plus, I'm not sure. Um, if you take damage, right? When you take damage, would this damage be after or before reductions? I guess it's gonna have to be after, right? So shield won't make a difference. I don't know. I don't see how it's gonna be good. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm just dumb. But I don't see how it's gonna be good.
Corrupting Fever consumes a chunk of your life and grants you a buff that causes all your hits to apply Corrupted Blood to your enemies.
That's kind of cool.
Corrupted Blood stacks up with each hit, causing more and more physical damage over time. When you have consumed a certain amount of life to cast skills from your life pool, the buff's duration refreshes. Essentially, as long as you're consuming life to use skills, you'll be causing damage over time to stack on enemies. Be careful though.
It's gonna be really good on a Glad Beat Ball. I think it's gonna be insanely good. Corrupted Blood goes through resistances as far as I know. So I think Bleed Bow will actually become insanely good. Because Corrupted Blood, I think, scales off the all the bleed modifiers. So it's gonna be huge. I think it's gonna be insanely huge. We'll see how it plays out, but I think Bleed Bow would be one of the best builds in the game right now.
The Exsanguinate skill shoots tendrils of blood in front of you at the cost of life rather than mana. In addition to a strong physical damage hit, it also applies a physical damage over time debuff which can stack up to 3 times. You can also support Exsanguinate so that its tendrils chain from one target to the next. Reap conjures a giant bloody scythe that swings across a select area, applying strong hit damage and physical damage over time. Each use of the skill causes it to gain a charge that scales its damage up and increases its life cost up to 5 times. These charges drop off over time as well as after killing enemies, making Reap very powerful at stacking up damage against single targets.
Why does he have to
We've
stop
also added 2 new support gems that have split the existing blood magic support into 2 separate support gems. The first of these is the Arrogance support, which causes supported skills to reserve life instead of mana, and also provides an increase to the effect of auras that it supports.
That's pretty good.
Just like the original blood magic support gem, the reservation multiplier diminishes as the gem levels up. The Life Tap support gem causes supported skills to cost life instead of mana. Once you've consumed a certain amount of life to use a skill, you gain Life Tap, which increases your damage for a few seconds. The Cruelty support gem grants a buff called Cruelty, which increases the damage over time you deal with supported skills. It also boosts the hit damage from supported skills, and the Cruelty buff gets stronger the harder you hit. This gem is designed as an additional option for builds that focus on both hits and damage over time. The Bloodthirst support gem is a new option for low life attackers. This gem adds a percentage of your life as physical weapon damage while you're on low life, letting low life attack based builds really scale their damage, which wasn't an option before.
I really like that. I think it's good.
Alongside a Val-themed expansion and blood-themed gems, it felt right to take the opportunity to improve.
This feels like a Glad League or like a it feels like a Glad League or a Slayer League to me. I think Slayer is gonna be popping off this league. Like if people find out like what the best build would be, because I feel like Slayer will benefit from this a lot, and so will Gladiator is way too OP not to be utilizing it. I think Glad would be one of the best classes in the game. I don't see any good changes to anything else. Like I wish they buff Kokai's normal, but
Val skills, which are supercharged versions of regular gems that charge up with the souls of your slain enemies to deal huge bursts of damage.
That's kind of cool.
One of the main improvements is that you now get far more souls for Val skills from damaging unique enemies, so your Val skills will recharge faster against bosses. We've also improved the Atziri's Reign unique jewel. Alongside increasing the duration of your Val skills, it also grants a chance to regain all consumed souls. Val skills have also received a balance pass that you can check out in the full Path of Exile Ultimatum patch notes in a few days.
Okay. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this pre-patch? Oh, expansion. Okay. I like
Team
the
trials together.
I like the design changes. I feel like them changing the old leagues is a step in the right direction. I'm not sure how good the league is gonna be. I feel like they're trying to like approach it from a distance and not making them too good. So most players probably won't be doing it. Still won't be doing those league mechanics. Now, some of the uniques they introduced are gonna stay 1C uniques. I think most of the stuff they've shown us isn't gonna be that good. Like it just isn't gonna be that good, unfortunately, because like it's so tiring whenever they have like every league there's just a one new 1C unique. You know what I mean? Like why don't they just give us some good shit? Come on, dude, just give us some good shit. I just want to see some good, nice ass um, new uniques that I can use in my builds. Som like, okay, snarere. I want to see those builds. I want to see those unique builds. Uh, what do I think about this? Well, I'm really hyped up for this league. I feel like they are picking up the pace. Like we have never had this many design choices changes like in the past. Like this, the past couple of leagues, like for example the Conquerors League or the Atlas Assassins League, they're changing the game in such huge ways that I feel like I feel so compelled to play this game because I know it's being developed so much and so diligently that I feel like like whenever I'm not playing it, I'll be feeling like I'm missing out. Like PoE is an insanely good game already, but having all those changes, having additional rewards, having additional mechanics in the game, I feel like it's gonna make the game a lot better. I wish there were more games like this. I wish there were more games where people, like the game developers, actually cared for the game itself, because PoE is one of them. Like PoE is the only one I know. Like I play a lot of games, and I feel like PoE is the only game that developers actually care about, like in terms of design choices. And like even them wanting to change all this stuff makes me so hopeful for this company and makes me so happy they exist. Like PoE is an insanely good company. JRG is an insanely good company. I love this game, even though I'm not really a RPG player. I don't like grinding in games, guys. I'll be honest. I fucking hate grinding. But PoE is one of the games I love. Like it's a genuinely good game, and I'm happy to play it. I really am. I'm really hopeful for next league. I'll wait for the patch notes to say what I'll be doing to farm my headhunter next league. Might actually just farm mobs. I'm not sure. Delirium will probably be insanely good now because of the headhunter drops. Like having a chance of getting those really good uniques, it's pretty good. Like imagine this. Imagine using like a Gilded Reliquary Scarab, which increases the uniques by like 150%, right? Like people will be farming headhunters non-stop. I feel like people I actually feel like, what's kind of fucked up, but I think headhunter will be like 20 exalts each, guys. Because look, people like Empyrean farm headhunter every day. They have full rarity gear, they have like all the scarabs and all the shit like that. Now when headhunter is more available, now when you have like, it's like you can just drop it normally, right? Because like if you're doing because it's gonna be the same as if you had a nemesis on your map, right? Effectively every single map you have is a nemesis map because you have a chance of getting a headhunter. So now I feel like headhunter is gonna lose a lot of its value, and I'm not sure if people will be even buying it, because some of the new league mechanics are heavily against the headhunter playstyle. Like when you have a headhunter, you can just stop and start like looking at the rewards and like pressing rituals or waiting for mobs to spawn. It's impossible, right? As fun as headhunter is, I feel like it's being intentionally killed by the content updates. I feel like they want us to be slower and just like take the game on a different pace. so the headhunter is gonna fade away at some point. Them giving us more headhunters is almost gonna be like almost like a last farewell to the headhunter. Because if you guys didn't know, in PoE 2, Beyond is going away. Beyond is no more. We won't have Beyond anymore. Beyond is a big reason why Headhunter is good. If you guys ever run maps like Delirium maps, for example, that doesn't have Beyond, you'll hate your life. Like Headhunter just becomes so useless. Like yeah, you can mitigate it or you can like self curse if you want, but just not the same. Um, I think Headhunter is going away for good. Um, I still love the item, of course, but I'll have to think about what build I wanna play. I wanna think about what I'm gonna be doing next league. All I know is that this game is amazing, and I'm really looking forward to this. I really am. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope at least some of you have watched it until the end. And I'll see you guys in PoE. I'll be streaming really soon. I'll be coming back on Twitch at Twitch TV Personal Jesus. And I'll be giving you guys updates every couple of days when the patch notes come out. And yeah, I hope you see you there, guys. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.